It's official, in the revival, Candace will keep trying to bust her brothers and Doofenshmirtz will be evil again. Surprise, surprise. This is how it's gonna be, like it or not. This is how it's gonna be. This is one of the many things we learned at Phineas and Ferb's panel at this year's New York Comic Con. We got an awesome poster, some info on the season, on the actors, and on the characters. So let's dive into it. First things first, this is the synopsis that Disney gave us. The new season of Phineas and Ferb will follow the inventive stepbrothers as they tackle another 104 days of summer. In case you didn't know, yes, the season is gonna take place on the next summer. This is old news, like, come on guys, try to keep up. Candace is more determined than ever to finally bust her little brothers, while their pet platypus Perry continues to lead a double life as the suave Agent P. I love that they call him Suave Agent P, whose sole mission is to thwart Dr. Doofenshmirtz from taking over the tri-state area. Did I or did I not tell you that this would be the case, that this would actually happen? But did you believe me? No. So many of you were hoping that they would do something different, and I get it. But really, changing a character and their whole gist for a whole season, it's a lot. Some concepts work very well for just the one episode, maybe even two, maybe even three, but doing a whole season with them, it often doesn't work. I'm not saying that it would be impossible for Doof to be a good guy and to make him entertaining as a good guy, but it's definitely easier to let him stay evil. You can make him become a good guy, but look at what Milo Murphy's Law did. I'm not saying that he's terrible, he's still better than many characters in Milo Murphy's Law, even as a good guy, but it's not the same thing. So if the writers managed to keep things interesting for him and for Candace after more than a decade, then I'm pretty sure they can do it again for just 20 more episodes. And also, hey, if they want Doof to do something other than being evil, he can totally do it. It's not like he gotta be evil and concoct an evil scheme every single day. We saw him do so many different things over the years that didn't really need him to be evil. And it was great to add variety, but seeing him just do good guy stuff, yes, he would be probably even funnier than some other regular characters on the show, but he wouldn't be the amazing Doofenshmirtz that everyone loves. So at the end of the day, you may or may not like this choice, but it's kinda the safest option for the writers, and I get it. I probably would have done the same. Plus, the fact that a whole year has passed alone, that's probably gonna be more than enough to shake things up for him. Who knows how many new backstories and enemies he's made over the past year? That's gonna be a lot of fun. In other news, at the Comic-Con, Dan and Swampy even explained a little bit better what they meant last time by saying that things will be elevated in this revival. Apparently, they're gonna incorporate some new stories, dynamics, and ideas that they couldn't quite figure out how to handle in the original run of the show, which I guess it kinda makes sense and I kinda see it, you know? There are stories like Stacy finding out about Perry's identity or Monty and Vanessa hanging out. They probably thought like, yes, these are gonna be sensational, amazing concepts for an episode or two, but they didn't really plan ahead too much, so they just had a few stories in mind, but not really that much. They didn't really come up with the whole picture yet. Then literally every single article about the Comic-Con kept hyping up the fact that all the voice actors will be reprising their roles. Oh my god, how awesome, how cool! Yet, if you paid enough attention or watched my videos, then you already knew that. This is kinda old news. Although, when they say all the actors will be reprising their roles, they probably just talked about the main cast, you know, some minor ones are gonna change. But I doubt that if Jenny is gonna have a slightly different voice, then people would jump off a bridge because they couldn't accept this because no, the old voice was so amazing. It was amazing, but you know, it's Jenny. I really like Jenny. But it's Jenny. It was cool, however, to see so many voice actors all reunited, all together for this one event. Especially, I was so pleased to see Caroline Rhea, Linda's voice actress, to also be there. Like, yes, you go, Linda. Dan and Swampy did say that some secondary characters will be used more, so, you know, maybe Linda could be one of those. Because she can't really see what Phineas and Ferb are up to, she usually just doesn't get involved, which is crazy because she's an amazing character. So one thing that it would be so awesome, honestly. I've been hoping for this for years, but what if we actually got a whole episode from Linda's perspective? Maybe just as a side plot to a Doof story, so like we don't see anything that Phineas and Ferb or Candace are doing, but we just see their stuff from Linda's perspective. It would be amazing. I would love to see that. Either that, or Or when they talked about secondary characters being used more often, who knows, they might have been referring to Jenny. Or more likely Stacy, Vanessa, and Monty. But Jenny would be an amazing pick. Or even Jeremy, he really doesn't do much like a platypus. Then some other info before we get to the poster, which is, the main highlight of the whole thing. First of all, because Ashley Tisdale was pregnant while she was voicing Candace this season, she kinda decided to, dial down the screaming because she didn't want to scare the baby. There's a whole huge library of Candace screams that Tisdale recorded over the years, so they're probably gonna reuse some of those. Which, it does sound like a sensible thing for a mother to do, so I get it, but I'm a little upset that we're not gonna get some new Candace screams. Let's hope that for season 6, she's gonna yell her lungs out again, because I kinda miss that. Then it seems that in the first episode, Summer Blockbuster, we will see Phineas and the gang on their last day of school, which is a first. We never saw them in school, except, I guess, for that one time in Doof 101. So even though it's probably gonna be just, a few seconds or a minute tops, I'm so very curious to know who else is in Phineas and Ferb's class, and even their sitting arrangements. It's kinda super interesting. And finally, if you follow Povenmire on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, then you probably already know that the first episode of the revival is 100% done, which might lead you to believe that the revival is coming super soon or something, but no, it's definitely coming in 2025. We don't even have one single trailer yet, so yeah, we just gotta wait. I'm fine with waiting, I'm just upset that they lied to us. Through song! Okay, not through song, but it still hurts anyway. And now, the one thing we've all been waiting for, the freaking new poster. We got this amazing poster featuring a buttload of characters from the show, which, it couldn't be any cooler. Look at it, it's beautiful! Especially, it's so cool to see so many background characters and to know that they've not been forgotten. Of course, there's Phineas and the gang on stage, and Candace, Doof, and Perry up in the balconies, is that what they're called? And then there's Balloony, Poof and Plots, Ducky Momo, the Regurgitator even, Dr. Diminutive, the Talking Zebra, Lulu Jones, the Lake Nose Monster, the Baby Head, Milo Murphy, which, if he's gonna make a cameo in the new season, it's okay, but just a cameo though, we already got a crossover, no need for another one, right? Then there's even Amanda, Candace's daughter from the future, which is so weird that she's there, but okay. Johnny, Django and his dad, Marty the Rabbit Boy, and his musical blender, Meep, Mitch, Doofenshmirtz's date, which is amazing, because I so love that character and I so wish we saw more of her. The fact that she appears here, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's gonna appear in the show as well, but it does give me hope. It would be so cool if she returned, or if she joined Love Muffin or something. It would be just so cool. Then of course, in the first few rows, there's Stacy, yes, Jeremy, Coltrane, Jenny, I told you Jenny was important, Isabella's dad, Thaddeus, Thor, Mandy, and even Charlene, Doof's ex-wife, so yeah, this is pretty awesome. Then there's Super Big Doctor, the farmer and his wife, yes! A Martian, the Bettys, Love Handle, Dr. Kovarlik, Roger, Tiny Cowboy, Vanessa and Monty sitting right next to each other, Monogram, Carl, Peter the Panda, Isabella and Stacy's moms, a Finadroid and a Furbot, Irving and Albert, the Fireside Girls, and even little Melissa and Brigitte, all the grandparents, and in all this, of course, Linda is nowhere to be found. The more things change, the more they stay the same, don't they? And of course, Lawrence isn't there to see any of this either. I'm just overwhelmed with joy looking at this. Also, and in my opinion, kinda too many people noticed this, but apparently Phineas's shirt has one too many stripes here. I'm not sure why. I kinda doubt this is gonna be an actual factual change to his design. It's probably just, the poster having a little mistake. But I kinda wouldn't mind if this was, an actual change they did. So do they wanna highlight that he's getting taller for some reason? Is this actually not the real Phineas, but just the copy from that alternate dimension we saw in Lost in Denville? Does any of this actually matter at the end of the day? No, it doesn't. And if you don't care about this, then you're right, I kinda don't care about it either. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course, and not only about the stripe thing, about more important stuff, and just let me know your predictions for the release date. It would be so incredibly fitting if it came out in June, or maybe on the 21st of June, on the first day of summer, but, I kinda don't wanna wait that long. As long as the final product is great, I'm fine with waiting. With that being said, I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!